this lovely, beautiful animation that I've been working on for the past, let's say, month. But it's not going to take me too long now. It should be almost done. That's pretty good. Essentially, I've been going online and I've just been opening Google Maps, finding different local businesses and stores, and then just applying for positions with them. And so that's just how I've been going about this whole no jobs thing. And I'm not gonna lie, it has been difficult. But like I said, I am a man of faith, so something will show up eventually. I just gotta have faith. I'm also gonna have to redraw these hands and put them on a separate layer. But it's all good. So while this does an auto recovery, this is the reason why you need to. Well, this is the reason why breaking up your animation is important, because then you'll have moments like this where certain pieces or areas of the animation will appear on top. And what some companies do is they'll just let it slide for the sake of time. But if you're like me and you are an independent animator, you do in fact have some leeway to sort of just fix it real quick or take your time fixing it and then continuing on with your project. But it's better to find these issues when you see them rather than waiting till the last minute. And like it's not an excuse, but nobody is perfect. And even in animation, there's still going to be moments and times where you're still learning and growing and getting better at your craft. So because this is a single frame, what I can do is I can go up to this arms layer right here and just insert a blank keyframe right there. Then what I can do is I'll likely have to draw it in a separate color, then just change the color when it is done. So let me go up to the facial hair layer. It's right here. He looks so much different without his facial hair. I'm actually really glad I added it because he just looks like a whole nother person. He actually looks very adolescent. The facial hair definitely adds a bit to his character. I mean, not a bit, but like a lot. That's actually a reason why I'm adding a bit to his fingers because he actually has like these claw-like nails, but I don't feel like making a separate fill for them. So what I'm doing is I'm just sort of shortening off his fingers to make room for the nails. Excuse me. That is better. This looks 100 times better. Glad I did that. Now let me just turn on the facial hair layer again. And then let me do the eyedropper tool, and I'm going to collect this. Now, the big issue I have next with this is the fact that this scene is going to go down, and it's going to be like a sort of downwards up camera angle view. So now, while I did animate the hair, I need to figure out how the hair ribbon is going to move. And I could do just the lazy thing and sort of have it wave with the hair, but I do want it to look more organic because this is a set of animation that's going to be on threes. Hmm. Strange how I'm almost done with this. So let's see here. We're going to take this. I may have to draw a separate layer for this hair. Unless I mean, I feel like there's a reason why I put the hair on this layer. I just can't recall why. I mean, because really, the fewer layers you have, the better. So then you're not wasting space. So yeah, let me just place this on top of here. Ooh. Okay, that's better. I definitely like this angle the most. I think it really shows like the volume and texture of the hair. I'm working on a 2D animation. Toasted. I am trying to work on. I'm trying to do more scenic animations, more action oriented animations. So this is one for a character I made for my show. And it's definitely taking me some time. There's a lot of different features that I wasn't really, not necessarily that I wasn't really planning on, but more so features that didn't really cross my mind at the point of inception for this project. So his name is Ayo. He is a mage. How do I put it? So he is one of seven main characters for this show I'm working on. It's called The Seven Sages. And it's sort of this blend of science fantasy where it's almost like this future where magic exists and it has led to a platinum age of like flying cars and floating buildings. I actually do have some concept art that I've been working on for a little bit. And the main city that this takes place in is the city of New Babel, which is sort of like this theocratic government. It follows an event known as the Cascade, which brought magic back to the world. It also led to rampant mutations, leading to elf people, orcs, beastmen, and like sort of these other races of people. I took a lot of inspiration from the Bible, especially the Book of Enoch and the Book of Revelations, going over like the end of the world and the new age to come. And so it follows seven men and women who are seeking revenge because they've each been wronged in some way. And so this is Ayo. He's the leader of this sort of group organization, and they are plotting the downfall of those that wrong them. It takes a lot of inspiration from the Bible, specifically the seven things God hates, as well as things like seven deadly sins and seven heavenly virtues. Do you have any more specific questions, or because I would love to talk about this more in detail. I've been working on it for a while, and so my big plan is to go independent with this sort of brainchild idea of a show. Long term, I plan on opening my own animation studio, and I do hope to source locally for talent. So, for starters, I do think that the animation industry is kind of in dire straits at the moment. Like, so many people are getting exposed, and so much stuff is coming out about like abuse and stuff like that. So, this would be me. So, this would really be me just desiring for more. Diversity isn't necessarily the right word, it's more so just. So, I am of the belief that a place like Hollywood never should have happened. And what I mean by that is there never should have been a concentration of media and entertainment localization in one area. Because now we have issues like this where folks can't find a jobs, and you have like an almost $1 million industry of getting people to essentially uproot their lives to go across the country for a chance at a job that they may not even get. So it's like, why have all these people trying at something that they may never even be able to achieve in their life? Because how the industry works is they have their plans, they have their like small team of people that they hire, and then it's like just, fuck everybody else. We got ours, which is very just horrible and corrupt. But they're still tricking people into getting these degrees for work and for areas where they may never even get a job in. So like and I'm gonna be honest, like I'm one of those people who, like I'm Gen Z. Like I'm one of those people who went to work, who went to college, saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna get a degree in something I'm passionate in," and then like COVID happened, and now no one can find a job, which is just horrible. Or people are working in retail, and I'm like what the heck? Like you told us to get a degree in something we're passionate in, and now you don't want to hire us for a job. And when it comes to the entertainment industry, those people gatekeep the industry so much. Like you gotta know someone or know someone who knows someone, and then they only hire their friends. And if you have one bad project, then you might get blacklisted and you'll never find work again. And it's like, it's just full of horrible people. That's really all that can be said about it is the industry is just full of horrible people. And the writing was kind of on the wall because, like, you got fires going on, you have rampant homelessness, you have a migrant crisis going on, you have all this stuff going on. Like, California is literally burning. That's really all that can be said. So now, what I want to do is, like, I'm not trying to move to California. Like, just give me my own company, give me my own workers, and I'll do for myself. That's really where I'm at this point. Is I'll just do for myself, and whatever I can get done, I'll get done. Cause to an extent, to an extent, what's happening over there, they did to themselves. Like they're getting what I hate to say it, but they're getting what they deserve. I really hate to say it. I really hate to be that guy, but it was bound to happen, and they kind of did it to themselves. So I'm just doing what I can. Like my goal or where I want to be is have a part-time job and then do like freelance animation and have my YouTube channel part-time. I want to have multiple streams of income just so I'm not really bound by one thing because I used to work in retail. I used to work for Walmart, but that was just I'm going to be honest, it was just depressing for me. And as I continued to work in retail, I sort of started to just ignore and I was losing my creative drive. So now, even though my mom wants me to work full time, like I would much rather work part time than try to get my Fiverr account out there and do more freelance animation and freelance graphic design, stuff like that. Which is why this project, The Seven Stages, has been so big for me because I do want to, I'm not necessarily padding for views, but I do want to grow and I am trying to reach at least 1,000 subscribers to have sort of a strong follower base before I start looking for crowdfunding, crowdsourcing, and trying to get into contact with more people so that I can work on my pilot. Like, if I can, I've already announced that I'm working on this show. Like, I have stream upon stream talking about how it's like these seven men and women who are seeking revenge, who are each masters of magic or who have some sort of skill in magic. And it's sort of this science fantasy world because science fantasy is definitely something that is not mainstream. That's one of the things is like you either have high fantasy or you have sci-fi. There's really no blending of the two. So I've already carved out my own niche because what I'm working on is something that's not necessarily never been done before, but something that is not widely known by people. And even because, like, the only thing that's really science fantasy is Shadowrun, which is a tabletop role playing game, and no one really even knows what Shadowrun is. So it's like I've already etched out my own niche of, hey, blending magic and science. That's something really good for me personally. Is I will be able to forge a project and do something that is completely and utterly unique because it's just something that has not been done or thought of before. Thank you. It's really something I've been working on for quite a while. I'd say for the last 2.5, maybe 3 years was when I really started to get things down. I even have a plot, sort of. I have like a rough script for my pilot. I just really want to pad it for maybe that 30, 30 minute mark for a pilot because I don't want it to be too short. I've just really been working on my animation skills because there are still moments and times where ambition takes a very heavy role in animation, especially when it comes to you pursuing it. So when you have moments and times where your ambition has sort of been crushed or damaged, that can affect your art and that can affect how you go about your art. So it can be difficult pursuing your craft. But really, at certain points, you just have to look towards that light at the end of the tunnel where you have this vision for yourself and you have a desire to see yourself at a certain place or at a certain station. And so, really, that hope and that faith of reaching a certain height and attaining a certain depth or even status with my art and with the projects I seek to achieve, that has definitely kept me going. Thank you. How is everyone? How's everyone's day going? It's good to see so many new and fresh faces. People that I've never seen before. People who are new to me. Like Toasted and Mixed Sunny. It's good to see so many great faces. And I like sharing my story with you all. I'm doing pretty good, just another day. So, since I have more people here, I would actually like to go over the design choices for AO. I do have like a little character sheet I worked on. Let me just pull it up real quick. So, this is his character sheet. This is something I roughed out real quick for his design. Let me actually zoom in real quick. The beard was actually a late addition just because I wanted to add some more. I wanted to add some ruggedness to his character, so the beard was definitely an addition. Now, if you look closely at his arms, so this purple, that's actually his skin. He has these purple markings on certain areas of his body. And it's sort of like this taint or corruption that happened to him. So, because he's a scientist, he was the lead researcher and he also was the one who discovered magic. But one of his coworkers was jealous. So, when they were running an experiment with like this experimental portal, his coworker pushed him into the portal, getting him sent into sort of like this slip space that tore his body apart and reconstituted it. And he was trapped in there for like about 50 years. So that's what led to certain parts and areas of his body taking on this sort of purplish, almost monstrous appearance. That's also why he has this red slit eye. It's sort of like this. So, how it works is when magic returned to the world, it led to a longer lifespan in people. So, people can live to be about usually in their 300s to 500s. If you are a master of magic or if you are a studier and practitioner, then you can actually extend your lifespan to be about 800 or even 1,000 years. So it's really taking inspiration from the Bible in that aspect of like humans living for like 300, 500, even 800 years. So so like it's kind of funny, but 200 is the new 30 years old. Like you got people living for a long time in this world. And that's the thing with it being a science fantasy, as magic really gave this world a platinum age. So not like a golden age, but like a platinum age where things are perfect and gilded and there should be nothing wrong, but there are still echoes of the previous society and previous issues that come to the forefront. Not necessarily slowing down the aging process, just extending it. So you still reach the age of maturity at around 18 and 19 years old. It's just after that threshold, you retain your youth for longer. But like even though life has been extended because I would say that this is the year maybe 2065, 2055. So even though folks are older, they're still not that old. Like this is another character I worked on. Her name is Miria and she's actually a she is one of the seven sages and she is a performer. And this was some rough character art I did of her. I would say that she is actually one of the more younger characters. I would say behavior wise, she's more so in her 20s, but her actual age is like in her 30s to 40s. And now, what I like with her is I actually went very deep in sort of the Y2K fashion with her. So, when it comes to the design choices and the character choices, The Cascade, which was this event that caused magic to return, it actually happened in the year 2000. So you're going to see a lot of Y2K fashion, but I also. Yes, her name is Miria. Miria. And her inspiration is actually from Miriam of the Bible, who led the Israelite women into singing and dancing praises as they escaped from Egypt. So there's going to be quite a few inspirations coming from this. So I wanted to go for a Y2K aesthetic of like this leisure wear, but also that blends sort of almost revealing clothing to an extent, with not much of a concentration on the revealing aspect, more so on the leisure wear. And then I wanted to also combine the sort of what's it called, like the modular aesthetic that comes with cyberpunk fashion. The seven sages are seven men and women who are seeking revenge, who have been wronged. So it's like these seven men and women who come together and they're like, hey, we've all been wronged. Let's go after the people who wronged and hurt us. And the story is going to be a combination of like present day and flashbacks, where we each explore where we explore each of the members, each of the seven sages, and it goes over their backstory. Like we have Miria, she is a singer, she's in the industry, and she sort of sees the corruption that goes down in the industry. So I actually want to veer away from the whole elemental aspect of it, because one of the things I want to segregate from myself is when it comes to shows that have magic in it, they have characters who are like, this is the fire guy, all he does is fire magic. This is the ice person, all they do is ice magic. Here's the summoner, all they do is summon. So, in this world, magic is based on your perception. Magic is based on how you perceive it. So, there is a split dichotomy of folks who are more analytical with their magic and they use like science or math, or they think through their issues, whereas there are people who are more spiritual with their magic and they use their connection to nature, or they use their faith to or they use their faith as the backbone of their magic. So that's sort of the split dichotomy when it comes to this. And there is sort of this predisposition to magic where men are more accustomed to using their brains and analyzing their magic, and that leads to them being able to have more structured magic, whereas females who use magic, they are more so attuned to nature, and it's not necessarily one is stronger than the other, but one has more aptitudes than the other. Like women who use magic, their magic is often more potent, whereas men who use magic, their magic is more, I want to say, structured and long lasting. So you have men who are more enchanters and you have women who are more healers. But that doesn't stop men from being a healer, and that doesn't stop women from using enchantments. It's all about how they perceive. And there actually will be moments and times where the characters exchange spells or even teach each other how to use certain magics. So when it comes to Ayo, I would say his magic is more so on the potent side, but that's merely because of his mental state. Now, Ayo, he is one of the strongest magic users, but he is limited by his mental state at a time. So that's why he's not seeking revenge solo. He had to get a group of people together because his trauma will kick in and he may ruin whatever plan he has set in motion. He definitely has more. His magic is more so, I want to say, binding and restraint magic. Whereas, this is actually a bit of concept art I was working on. Ignore that. Where is it? Whereas Miria, her magic is more so, I want to say, support based. Her magic deals in not necessarily healing, but augmenting others. And she also uses her magic in her performances where she would do like special light shows or special performances in that sense. Now, what I like about Miria is her design is definitely something I wanted to take extra time in because I wanted to go for that sort of late 80s, early 90s performer look. Like, I wanted to give her the crop top, but I also wanted to add some flair. So, with if you see in like Y2K models and singers, they're rocking short shorts or like platform boots, like this off the shoulder shirt. But because of the like that futuristic aspect, I didn't want her to just have short shorts. I also wanted to give her like sort of this bell bottom type cuff attachment to her pants, as well as the nice sort of heeled boots. And then like the golden bracelet and the golden hoop earrings, that was just a bit of black culture that I wanted to add to her design. Like that's what I really love and that's what I really like and enjoy. Is like that extra added touch of blackness to her. But like I said, what I want to veer away from is the this is this person's magic and he's the only person who can use it, and this is this person's magic and she's the only person who can use it. They are going to be learning from each other, and there are also going to be moments and times where they learn spells from each other or where they have to use each other's spells and magic for certain situations. Like, keep in mind, this is a series where magic is everywhere. Like, everything is magic. Cars are magic, buildings are magic. You have a society where magic is even accessible to children. So, in that sort of world, you kind of have to gear things towards everyone being able to do some common things. Like, even down to schooling. Elementary school teaches children basic spells like levitation or telekinesis or even things like barriers or like shooting a small energy blast. Like those are small basic spells that everyone learns in the sort of curriculum of this world. And then usually when you reach your middle school or high school ages, that's when you have specific curriculums that are centered around people progressing in their magic. So you do have folks who, now some people do choose to be an elementalist where they only focus on elemental magic, but then you have moments and times where there are folks who just choose to be a generalist, where they may choose to be enchanters and alchemists, or they may choose to work on defensive magics and wards and stuff like that. But anyone can use any type of magic. It's just those who choose to specialize, that's when their magic is more potent than a sort of generalist. And wow, I have 41 views. Hello everyone, and I have two concurrents. This is pretty nice. This is pretty exciting. I haven't had this many views in a while, so I'm definitely liking it and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Yeah, so this is my little uh what's it called? This is my little self promo. If you're enjoying, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share even. You know, I do have some special stuff planned. Once I reach 500 subscribers, I plan on doing a special extra long like 5-hour live stream, and then when I reach 1,000 subscribers, I also plan on doing a Q&A. So like that'll be like a face reveal, or I'll post a discussion board, not a discussion board, a community post, and you guys can leave different questions you may want to ask me for my Q&A. I'm just trying to get my stuff out there, and I'm just trying to grow in my skills so then I can start my own studio and sort of just do my own thing. That's really my. What kind of questions you want to ask me? I mean, if you have like a quick question you want to ask me right now, I can answer it real quick if you want me to. My first OC. Okay, I may it may not be on this computer because like a few I want to say months ago I did in fact get a new PC. So like this is a gaming PC that has all the bits and bobs on it and all like the cool stuff. But my first OC was actually a little witch girl. Her name was Bubble, and she was like a water witch. She had like this cool bubble hair, and oh shoot, maybe I can find it. Give me like 1 second to find it. It may be on my Instagram though. She actually features in like this old mini animation I did like a while ago. That's one of my first animations I ever posted. Where is she? I'm gonna have to go like far, far back. Oh yeah, I did in fact do a what was it called? I did in fact do a spider sona, but that was a while ago. I'm looking at my old art and it looks terrible. Don't you just hate it when you like look at your old art and you're like, it looks. I'm looking at my old art and I'm seeing how far I've come, but it's still very embarrassing. I don't even think I can. let me go to like a more recent picture I drew of her. So this is her when she was a waitress. So my headcanon is she is a witch who. So she's a witch at a magic college. And she works at sort of like this juice bar cafe on the side. And so this is a picture of her I drew in sort of her waitress outfit. But like I textured her hair as like this nice watery bubbles. And then I also drew like this nice little water around her. And she's like pouring drinks using her magic. But like this is a while ago. Like this is like a while ago. And I definitely like how I so this was when I was first getting into 1 point perspective. So I drew the room around her and I also drew these tables, which is like really, really nice. Yeah, we all had to start somewhere, but it's still difficult, you know? So this is her. This is one of my I think that I did this like maybe this was like 2020. That was like what 4 years ago. So I can definitely say that my art has grown and developed. My art is definitely better, but still like seeing your old art. Now this is another OC I made. This is You Met. He is a sprite archaeologist. He was for a Dungeons and Dragons game, an Eberron one shot I did. And like he's got like this nice green skin. He's also holding like a little astrology orb and he has like his little arcane focus on his hand. Like I don't know. What do you guys want me to say? What do you guys want me to do? Now this was a sniper I did. A desert wanderer. That's another OC of mine. You know, I forgot it was so long ago. I actually forgot. I actually forgot what the campaign was about. It was just a one shot, and he was an archaeologist. I think it was like a Circle of Stars druid, maybe. But essentially, he had escaped the Feywild, and he's sort of like almost like a kleptomaniac, where he just likes to collect things, and he likes to keep stock of archaeology and stuff like that. It was a long time ago. I actually have to. I'll actually have to talk to my old friends about it, who I played with. Hmm. What's a good picture of Bubble I can do? This one is pretty decent. So this is Bubble in her. Ugh. This was just so long ago. But like, I gave her this nice bubble hair and this drooping witch hat, and then she also has like a what are those things called? A not a bustier, a a corset. I gave her like a gray corset. She then has this mini skirt, and she has like thigh high socks, and then she has like these open sleeves that show her shoulders and these white gloves. My okay, look, my color theory was color theorying. Okay, that's all I can say is like my color theory was out the wazoo, and like I'm doing. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. While okay, here's the thing because I'm so embarrassed right now. For the special 5 hour long stream I do once I reach 500, I will do a modern update. Okay, I will do a modern update redraw of Bubble. That's gonna be my special thing that I do. You heard right, folks. Okay, for the special 5 hour live stream, I'm gonna redraw Bubble. I'm gonna do a modern day rendition of Bubble, and that'll be for the 5 hour stream once I reach 500 subscribers. So much embarrassment, folks. Like, for real. You guys are giving me, like, these blasts from the past that I didn't even know I had. I'm supposed to be working on my animation, and you guys got me going over my entire backstory. But I can say thank you guys for that because sometimes we need a reminder of how far we've come and where we're going. Because, like, I can definitely say that my art has gotten better. The art in my sketchbook has gotten better. The art in my physical media has gotten better as well. Like, everything is just. I didn't know it until I actually saw it. So I do want to say thank you all for that, and I am very appreciative for how far I've come. I mean, it's just amazing, and I'm so appreciative to everyone who stopped by my channel and who's talking to me right now. Even if my animations take a long time, even if I'm just one person, So now I have to go back through this, and I need to do this ribbon, this hair ribbon, real quick. Hey Calico, how's it going? It's been a minute since I've seen you. As you can see, I got quite a few views today, which is really good. And I'm excited. Earlier in this stream, I was going over my previous projects that I did, like on my Instagram, and some old OCs that I'm embarrassed of. Oh my gosh, Art Fight! I completely forgot about Art Fight. I signed up for it and then I just forgot about it. I don't know if I have a fight or something, or how does Art Fight work? Because I know I signed up for it, but I haven't received any sort of like email or anything. You attack by drawing someone's character to get points. By the end of July, there's one team winner. Attacking your own teammates, it's like half the points, but it's all in good fun. Hmm. There's an animation category? This is the first time I'm seeing this. But then how would the animation category work though? Like, wouldn't it take too long, or would there be like extra points for length? I mean, you see, I should have done more research before I signed up for ArtFight. So, like, do you get an announcement, or is it just free reign as soon as it starts? Like, you just draw whoever and do whatever. I imagine they would be shorter, like custom animated emojis, but yes, they are worth more points. That would make sense because animation does take a long time. So, is there like a deadline to finish a specific piece, or do you just go and do it? Hmm. That actually looks pretty good. But I am gonna have to go back and add the ribbon to this segment just because it's gonna look unnatural. So what I can probably do is likely have a special back layer for it. Or maybe draw the ribbon on this frame, sort of coming down in a strange curve, and then I can switch over to a second layer that's behind the body and animate it like that. Hold on, where is it? Give me 1 second, I will be right back. Hello, everyone. I'm back. I just wanted to talk to my mom real quick. I haven't heard from her since I got up, so I just wanted to make sure that she was all right. She's doing just fine. She's doing just fine. She had some chores for me to do. Also, she gave me some places to apply to. She thinks I might be overqualified, and that's probably why I'm not getting any jobs because, like, I have my degree, I have all these different things I'm proficient in. So she's like, hey, apply to this place and just don't add your resume. And I'm like, okay. But we're making good time. I mean, an hour and 58 minutes, that's actually really good. Let me actually loop this real quick because something is off. Yeah, I think adding the ribbon for this segment right here would definitely help. I'm just gonna have to draw it in this sort of downwards position. Or would it be downward given the angle? Because it may just be like a side to side. Yeah, that's the thing nowadays. So many people have degrees that you can be overqualified. Like, I think that's one of the core issues of this whole employment crisis that we're going through. And this, I just keep going on like these spiritual tirades. I should be animating, but I'm just talking about everything that's going on. But, like, it's the fact that A, everyone has a degree now, or at least I think 2022 and 20 between 2022 and 2024, that was when the US had its largest ever surge of young people with degrees. So that's really what chain reacted the whole experience. So that's really what kickstarted the whole um, experience over degree issue. But because of that, you have a lot of people really, they want people with experience to work low paying jobs, which just isn't gonna happen. Like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but no one who has like 5, 6, 7, 8 years of experience is going to work for like 13 or $15 an hour. That's just not happening. Really, it's more so gonna be a side gig rather than a full time employment. I may have to do like a combination of twos and ones when I animate this. Sort of like having interchange because this is. Hmm. Well, I've already reached my 2 hour mark. That's actually pretty good. And I got 55 views. So I do want to take a second. Thank you all for watching. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. I think I'm going to try to do maybe two more frames, then call it. Oop. I mean, really, the only extensive animation left I have to do is just I may have to do a second pass over this segment right here, or at least take my time and make sure it's animated properly. And then after that, I just have this little segment to do like my final line art on, and then I'll be done. Hmm. That's actually pretty good. Now it has been 2 hours and 14 minutes. That just means I have to have an even extra long live stream on Friday. So, but it's pretty good. Like I did some nice refresher stuff. I went over my teaser trailer. I went over some like old art. I took a look at my old Instagram. Um, Thank you, Calico, for saying that. And seeing my old art. Where is it? And like seeing my old art is very, it's very sobering. Like I will say this piece right here, this was like an early concept piece for Ao. Like this was his first design. Let me actually go down here. Like this was his first initial design. Like I gave him the chaps with the detached sleeves and they were more like cuffs. Those are actual gloves instead of his skin. And like the hair tie was just red. He didn't have a ribbon attached to it. Some old animations as well. And like, yeah, seeing my earlier stuff, I've definitely come a long way. I definitely have. And I'm very happy and I'm very excited to see how far I've come. Now I will say I do like the black what's it called? Sclera, like the black eye with the red. I may actually put that back in his character design. Not for this animation just because I'm so deep in it, but definitely for future animations I will. I've definitely come a long way. It's really exciting to see my old artwork. Now, this right here are actually some old sticker designs I did. So, this is my OC Bubble, one of my first ones. And then I had like Pyra and Willow, which were her two friends, her two roommates. A lot of blasts from the past, really, which is like, it, it's really awesome. It's really awesome to see my old stuff and to see how far I've come. Definitely my line art has gotten better, as well as just my figure drawing as well. Cause in the past I couldn't draw a character worth ish. Okay, like my character models were bad, my proportions were bad. Like how I drew hands and arms and stuff like that, it was all blocky and bubbly and just terrible. But now it's a whole lot better. A whole lot better. And I'm definitely excited to see where things go. And I'm definitely excited to continue on this journey and strive to be better and do better. Anyway, it's about that time. Wow, it's 1:05. I better go. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all subscribe. Like I said, once I reach 500 subscribers, not only will it be my extra long live stream, I don't think you were here for it, Calico, but I did say that I'm going to, for the extra long live stream, I'm going to redraw my first OC, which is pretty awesome. Um, and I may redraw her friends as well. Like it'll probably be like a group picture with Bubble, Pyra, and Willow. So like that'd be pretty nice to do. So like I said, yeah, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share even. Definitely share and tell your buddies and friends to subscribe because I really want to reach 500 subscribers and do my special live stream. Like that's something I'm definitely looking forward to. Also, I'm almost done with my Genshin Impact speed paint video. I already finished all the footage, and for those of you who may have seen on my community tab, I posted the final piece, which looks pretty awesome. And I can't wait to post the video because I have a special audio for it. Anyway, yeah. This has been Owoh's Corner, my own little corner of art. And I'll see you guys in my next video or live stream.